Okay guys, welcome to week one of the new pull-up program that I'm doing. So before we actually take a look at what we're going to do, I just want to explain what it is and some tips for success while you're going through this program. So starting off, first tip for success, just do the workouts. Like, it's as simple as that. Don't do the first one and then miss 2 weeks and then try and jump in at week 4. It's not going to work. You just need to set aside 1 day a week to hit these workouts, just one workout a week starting out, okay? So simple as that. You want some success, commit and just do the workouts. Scale is needed, so as we're going through the weeks, some things are going to get a little bit harder. It's going off some percentage work off your 1 rep max and your max set of pull-ups. So if at any point throughout the weeks you're struggling to hit those percentages, I'm going to give you a bit of a range, but if you're struggling to say hit 60% for what's here, then just scale it down as you need to. There's a little bit of a range there and I'll explain all that in a bit, but don't be afraid to scale down just so you can get the work done. And again, it might not be that you can do the strict pull-ups, so you might have to scale it down to what's in the green here rather than the blue. Again, I'm going to go over all that shortly. Third one is just to be realistic with your goals. So before you even start this program, ask yourself sort of what do you want to get from, it's probably going to be about 6 to 8 weeks long. So it's not a terribly long time to be working on something, and it's only 1 session a week that I'm going to program. So just be realistic with what you want to get out of it. Like if you're doing pull-ups on, say, a green band, and you're struggling to get like 1, at the end of this 8 weeks, you're probably still not going to have a strict pull-up, but you might have made progress to getting towards maybe a negative pull-up or getting better at the toe spot ones on the floor and just building your overall strength. So just be realistic with what you want. And then last tip is your body weight to strength ratio. So that just means, like, again, be realistic with where you're at with your body weight. Like trying to get a pull-up, if you're heavier than you should be, then it's going to be harder to do a pull-up. So you just need to think about that. Could your nutrition be a bit better? Could you lose a little bit of weight? Could you lose some body fat, which is essentially going to make it easier? Like if you've ever tried doing weighted pull-ups or putting a vest on, like a 7 kilo vest or a 10 kilo vest, and trying to do your max set of pull-ups, it's so much harder than without the vest. So same kind of thing. Okay, so week 1, you're going to start off with two tests really starting out. So there's going to be 2 things that you need to do just to set you a baseline for what you're going to be working off over the next few weeks. So your first thing is a 1 rep max strict pull-up. So that's going to be adding weight with a weight vest, a dumbbell between the legs, or if you've got a weight belt, then stick a weight belt on, add some weight to it, making sure that we're starting from fully locked out at the bottom and just getting that chin over at the top, building to as heavy as you can for 1 rep. That's part A. So over in here in the green, if you haven't got a strict pull-up yet, I mean, you might have 1 body weight strict pull-up, then that's going to be your max weighted pull-up, your body weight. If you haven't got that, then you're just going to do a max chin over bar hold. So jumping on, getting the chin over and just holding that for as long as you can. And then noting down your time for that, because that might improve by the end, which is a good indicator that your strength has gone up for your pull-up. So max chin over bar hold. Once you've done that, don't spend too terribly long on that. Just try and get nice and warmed up before you start, and then just get the weight on, go for it. Like if you're not sure, just build up, get the weight on. Don't go in really small increments so that you're really fatiguing yourself. Just get some weight on, get to the point where you're hitting your 1 rep max. From there, max set of strict pull-ups. So no weight now, just body weight, your body weight, jump on and just knock out as many strict pull-ups as you can. Again, from there, scale is in the green. It's going to be a max set of toe spot pull-ups. So that's, as you can see here in the video, but setting up your feet underneath the bar, setting up a box underneath the bar so that you can use your legs to help you up. Max set on that. Again, that's a bit of a weird one for this, because you might feel that like you might just be able to bang out loads and loads and loads. So try and use your legs as little as possible. Anywhere between like 10 and 20 reps is going to be pretty good. If you're knocking out like 50 of them, it's probably not feasible. You're probably using too much legs, so make it harder and aim anywhere for maybe between, I don't know, 10 and 20 would be a good number for that. So there are your 2 tests that are done. From there, you're going to take those numbers, and then over the next few weeks, there's going to be a set of weighted, and then a set at a percentage of your max reps, and then some extra credit work at the end, like if you've got the time or if you've got the kit, just some extra movements that you can throw in just to help. So your first one, your weighted set for this week is weighted pull-ups. That's going to be with weight again. You're going to take the weight that you hit in your 1 rep max, and you're going to go at about 50 to 60%, and you're going to do 3 sets of 6 at that weight. Those are going to be quite tough sets, so rest as you need between them. So you're going to do 3 sets, 6 reps with the weight, okay, at about 50 to 60% of the 1 rep max that you did previously. They're going to be tough. So like I say, yeah, take as much rest as you need between your sets. Make sure that they're good reps so that you're locking out at the bottom and you're getting your chin over at the top and you're showing some control on the way down. If not, drop the weight, scale it as you need to. Scales for those, you're going to do negative pull-ups. So obviously if you've not got the weighted pull-ups, you're going to jump on and do the same sets, 3 sets of 6 reps with a 3-second negative. So jumping up on the bar, getting the chin over and controlling down for 3 seconds. Same again, 3 sets, 6 reps. Again, rest as much as you need to. Negatives are quite tough, especially if you're still sort of building up to pull-ups. So again, if 6 pull-ups is outrageous for you, you could maybe do 3 sets of 4 with a 3-second negative. If you can't hit the 3-second negative, maybe do 2-second negative, just as long as you can show some control. And then moving on to your percentage work of your max set. So we've moved on from the 1 rep max and the weighted pulls. The max set of strict pull-ups that you hit, or the max set of toe spot pull-ups that you hit, you're now going to pick a percentage of, and what we're going to do is a 10-minute EMOM. So let me explain that a bit better. So EMOM 10, what does that mean? Every minute on the minute for 10 minutes. So every minute that passes for 10 minutes, you're going to do 30% of your max set of pull-ups. So the example there is, if your max is 10 reps, easy maths to do obviously. If your max is 10, then you're going to go 30% of that, that's 3. You're going to do 3 reps every minute on the minute for 10 minutes. So you're going to start at 0, set a clock for 10 minutes, you're going to start at 0 and do 3 pull-ups. 1, 2, 3, nice and controlled again, chin over, controlled at the bottom. 3 reps. You'll rest the remainder of that minute, and then on the first minute, again, you'll go again, 3 reps, rest the remainder of that minute, on the second minute, 3 reps, and so on until you've hit 10 minutes, 10 sets, okay? Scale for that is just to do toe spot pull-ups, so take the number that you hit here for a max toe spot, and then hit 30% there. Obviously with this bit now, with it being a percentage of a number, rather than weight, it's going to be quite hard to do, because you might get like 1.3 or 3.6. Again, just use some common sense, like where are you at with your pull-ups? Either scale it down, so you can either, depending on where you're lying with the numbers, you can round it up or round it down. Just be sensible with where you're at with them, so just use some common sense, like if it's 3.6, maybe try rounding it up to 4. If that's too hard, then round it down to 3. Yeah, just depending on the numbers that you're at. It's most likely going to be somewhere in between over the few weeks if the percentage increases. Hopefully that makes sense. So EMOM 10, 30% of your max set for 10 minutes. And then last bit, just some extra credit. So if you've got the time or the energy after all this is quite a big session. As the weeks go on, obviously you won't have your tests here. You'll just be hitting some weighted sets, some max sets, and then some accessory pieces. But for today, lat pull downs, 4 sets of 12 reps, just nice and controlled. I would go wide grip for those. I've been doing a lot of just normal pulling, sort of just outside the shoulders for your pull-up. So take the hands a bit wider and do a wide grip lat pull down, 4 sets of 12. If you haven't got a lat pull down, maybe grab a bar, put some weights on and go wide grip barbell bent over row. Okay, so just to summarize, you're going to hit a 1 rep max pull-up. You're then going to hit a max set of strict pull-ups. Your weighted sets, you're going to do 3 sets of 6 at between 50 and 60% of your max, so 3 sets of 6 weighted, rest as you need for them. Every minute on the minute for 10 minutes, 30% of your strict pull-ups, and then hit some accessory work. If you're scaling, it's going to be a max chin over bar hold, max set of toe spot pull-ups, and then hit your 3 sets of 6 negative pull-ups, and then hit your 30% of your toe spot pull-ups. Again, if you've got the kit, hit the extra credit there as well if you're on this option rather than this one. But yeah, have a think about those things. Obviously, 1 session a week is like the bare minimum, but if I program 3, the chances of people doing 3 workouts a week is pretty slim. So just commit to one. It's 1 session a week. You can do it around your normal training. Cool. If you've got any questions, then just let me know, give me a shout, and I'll be happy to answer them. Okay guys, get after it. See you next one.